Hey, my feel good friend, and welcome back to another episode of the Feel Good Social podcast. I'm your host, Kinsey, and oh man, I know I say that I'm going to geek out every freaking week, but it is so true again this week. This is a topic that is very, very dear to my soul. I fully and strongly believe in the topic that we are going to be talking about today, which is engaging on social media in a genuine way. Okay. Engaging on social media in a genuine way, especially, is so helpful for boosting your performance on the algorithm, helping you reach the right people and more of the right people, and also cultivating real relationships with your ideal customers so that you can grow your brand's know, like, and trust factor and create an audience of people who actually want to buy from you and support you, right? Engaging genuinely is so helpful and important and wonderful. And especially actually right now, this time of the year, it is especially important. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit later in the episode. And so it's just so awesome. I cannot wait to chat about this subject with you. And I do have to say, I feel like I always kind of give you a little bit of insight into my life lately with these episodes. And so I am recording from the couch today. I don't know if I've told you this yet, but we're remodeling. We've been remodeling our apartment for like 3 years now, but it's literally almost done. We are so excited. But my current desk is literally like behind a wall of mattresses. I was laughing. We have like one too many mattresses in this house right now, my friends. And I was laughing yesterday with Brett, my boyfriend. We have 2 stacked on top of each other, and it's like this mountain of mattresses. And it was reminding me of that Princess and the Pea story. He did not think it was as like hilarious and funny as I do, but like I grew up in a fairy tale loving family. So, and he doesn't even like Finding Nemo, my friend. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent, but like, can you believe Finding Nemo is like one of the best movies, and I made him watch it like a few months ago. I'm still going on about this, and he didn't like it, but whatever. It's Brett, and he can like what he likes, and I can like what I like. It is fine. Okay, tangent over. Long story short, I'm recording from the couch today because my desk is behind a mountain of mattresses, and I just have to warn you, this is why I'm bringing this up. My dog Stan is sitting next to me on the couch, and he tends to get all cuddled up when I start recording these podcast episodes and have doggy dreams. So if at all during this episode you hear little whoops or anything in the background, it's Stan. He's snuggled up right here next to me. All right, my friend, let's go ahead and dive into how you can engage in a genuine way on social media that is going to boost your visibility on the algorithm with the right people and also help you cultivate genuine connection with your ideal customers. Hey, friend, and welcome to the Feel Good Social podcast. I'm your host, Kinsey, and I'm here to help you market your business in a genuine way that works without wasting your precious time. On this show, we chat about social media strategy and mindset tips with a focus on, you guessed it, feeling good. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some genuine conversation for the good of your biz. Do you know what your brand vibe is on Instagram? I have a new fun quiz that's just for you, my friend. I, of all people, know how hard it is to figure out how the heck you're supposed to translate your brand to the gram. And with this quick 7-question quiz, we will help you hone in on your brand's personality, voice, and visuals so that you can show up consistently and create content that looks beautiful and feels on brand for you. This quiz is so awesome. It's been a long time coming, and I know that you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Plus, the results will help you show up in the best way for you. If you'd like to check out our new brand vibe quiz, just head to feelgoodsocial.com/quiz. Pretty easy. Head to feelgoodsocial.com/quiz to find out what your brand's vibe is on social media and start showing up there for your brand. All right, my friend. So genuine engagement on social media. What the heck am I talking about, right? Well, the first thing I want to say is that if you have at all looked into how Instagram algorithms algorithm works, you probably have seen a lot of talk about engagement, right? So Instagram's algorithm is a robot. It is not some like big master evil dude like running the show. He's not out to get you or anything like that. It's a robot that really tries to look at all of the freaking content on Instagram, sift through everything, and then boost those posts that are more valuable than other posts to people who would find those posts valuable. Okay. So what I'm saying is that the algorithm needs a way to figure out what posts are valuable on Instagram. And it does that mostly through looking at the engagement that you receive on your posts. So yes, this is likes, but it's also comments, saves, shares, tags, anything like that. And it is also trying to determine which content is right for which people. So the more your ideal customers engage with your account, the more you engage with your ideal customers' accounts, the more your posts will be boosted to your ideal customers' accounts and similar accounts to theirs, right? So similar people. So this is why genuine engagement with the right people, with your ideal customers, is so, so important on Instagram, because the more they are engaging with your content and you're engaging with theirs, the more your post will be boosted on the platform itself, but also to your ideal customers and other people like them. Okay. So that is why this is so important. And like I quickly mentioned a second ago, engagement is normally measured by likes, comments, saves, shares. The algorithm also does measure a lot of other things, my friend, but it's things that we can't necessarily control as much or encourage as much. So this is what we're going to be focusing on right now, is genuine engagement. And ultimately, would you love to receive genuine engagement on your own posts? Yes, for sure. And there are different ways that you can do that, just trying to create relatable, engaging content within itself, always including calls to action at the end, asking people to leave comments below or send you a DM or something like that, right? Those are ways that you can encourage engagement on your own posts. But today, what I want to talk about is you actually going onto Instagram and intentionally going to your favorite ideal customers' accounts and engaging with their posts. And I don't know if you can hear the trash truck in the background. Usually whenever I bring up the trash truck, my arch enemy, I don't think that you can hear it on the recording, but I never know. So I always like to comment on it. But I knew that trash truck was going to come by, my friend. Literally 3 times a day. We live in an apartment above like a bunch of restaurants and stuff. And so there's a lot of trash for our building, and it comes by every time I decide to like record a podcast episode or a video. Oh my gosh, the videos are the worst. But anyway, I hope that you can't hear the trash truck, and I hope that it's not too loud. If you can, I apologize. You know, life happens. This is what real life looks like, my friend. Okay, so long story short, we really want to be cultivating engagement, boosting engagement on our accounts, and also leaving engagement on our ideal customers' accounts, because repeated interactions with our ideal customers, if we can show up and leave genuine comments of love on their posts, if we can show up and repeatedly reply to their stories and like get the conversation started in the DMs and stuff, that is going to not only, one, be awesome for showing your ideal customers that you care about them, that you see them, that you love them, right? And it's going to help you cultivate a real relationship with them specifically, so that they will not only want to buy from you repeatedly, but also, you know, recommend you to all of their friends who also need what you're selling. It's not only going to do that, but repeated engagement, repeated interaction with your ideal customers on Instagram is going to be a telltale sign to Instagram's algorithm. Hey, these people are friends. Hey, these people are interested in each other, right? And you are going to be more likely to show up on your ideal customers' feeds whenever you post in the future, right? And like I said, hinted at in the intro of this podcast, This is a really, really great time of year to do this right now because we are in the beginning of November and we are moving quickly toward the holiday season. Black Friday weekend, like the day after Thanksgiving, through the end of the year is the most highly promotional and highly revenue generating season of the entire year, my friend. I don't care what industry you're in. This is a time of year when people are just ready to spend money. And if you can start engaging with your ideal customers' accounts now in the beginning of November, in like beginning to mid November, and honestly, I mean, I would continue this practice through the end of the year, through forever, as long as you can, right? Not saying that you have to always be showing up on Instagram, set boundaries with yourself, but engagement is always good, right? But especially this time of year, you will be cultivating engagement, cultivating interaction, cultivating excitement around your brand right now and prepping your audience to possibly buy from you as we move into this highly promotional period, right? So that's why it's so important right now, especially to start showing up so you can put yourself on your ideal customer's radar and remind them of why they love you. And then also really start cultivating that higher visibility and boosting your visibility on the platform for your ideal customers as you are about to be posting more promotional posts, right? So especially this time of year, it makes sense. So I really want to encourage you to try to set aside some time every week, even if it's like 15 minutes a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that, and go onto the platform and engage with your ideal customers' accounts. Just 15 minutes. Be intentional with who you are engaging with, right? I would make a list of like 5 to 10 people who just are your favorite customers ever, who love you, who recommend you, all those things. Maybe even make a list of like new customers who are very new to buying from you. Maybe make a list of old customers who bought from you in the past, maybe around this time last year, but you haven't really talked to them in a while, right? And it's a great time to start going back and literally searching them out on Instagram and just leaving comments on their posts or replying to their Instagram stories is another great way to kind of slide into their DMs in a non awkward way, right? I love Instagram stories for that. It's like such a great way to get the conversation started without feeling awkward. If you're an awkward person like me, oh man, my friend, I imagine just like going up to someone in the lunchroom in high school and just being like, can I sit with you? Like that is like one of the most terrifying thoughts to me, right? And that's kind of what it feels like sometimes reaching out to people in the DMs, which is why replying to people's Instagram stories is so amazing because like you have something you can comment on. You just don't have to be like, hi, I'm Kinsey, So anyway, my friend, what I would recommend, especially during this season through November, I mean, even through the holidays, although people do really have like busy schedules in December often. So like it might be a little like tiresome if you're always replying to their stories and stuff like that through December. But right now, where we're at, it's perfect timing for this, right? Make a list of customers who you love, make a list of new customers who you want to cultivate relationships with, make a list of old customers who have bought from you in the past, and then just take a few minutes every day or 15 minutes 3 times a week, maybe, and go on to Instagram and search out their accounts and leave genuine engagement on their accounts, right? Have you been wanting to create a new website? My friend, I have just the website template shop for you. I recently used one of the templates from the gals at Go Live HQ to create my new author website, and it could not be more awesome. Not only was the template super easy to use, I swear it was laid out perfectly already, so I customized it with my own photos and copy in like 2 hours. But also, it ended up looking so freaking beautiful in a way that I know I would not have been able to achieve if I'd started from scratch. Go Live HQ has tons of beautiful Squarespace templates so you can easily create and launch your dream website in just a few hours and not have to keep tweaking things forever until it's 6 months later and your website still isn't live. That may or may not have happened to Feel Good Social's website. So believe me, I feel you on that. And the cherry on top, the Go Live gals created a coupon code for you, my Feel Good listener. Just head to feelgoodsocial.com/go live and use the coupon code feelgoodsocial to receive 10% off your template. Again, head to feelgoodsocial.com/go live and use the code feelgoodsocial for 10% off. Pretty cool, huh? I cannot wait to see which template best fits your brand. I went with a Jada Ellis template myself for kinseyalissa.com, but it was seriously a really tough choice. So when you do, head to feelgoodsocial.com/go live and snag your new template. Make sure you send me the link to your new website because I definitely want to see it. All right, let's dive back into this episode, my friend. So my favorite ways, I already kind of hinted at this with the DM thing, but my favorite ways to leave engagement on other people's accounts is replying to Instagram stories. I already explained why I love that one. And also just like going to some of their most recent posts and leaving genuine comments on their posts. Like it's as easy as that. And I do remember the feeling that I was feeling when I first started doing this, right? And I've also talked to a few of my coaching clients and students and my club members, my Feel Good Social Club members, which, oh man, we just had our launch last week for the grand opening and we have so many amazing members in there right now. And I've been loving seeing all of they're just like supporting each other, getting to know each other. I've loved helping like give them feedback on stuff that they have questions on and all stuff. It's been so fun. Anyway, I digress. I remember, and I know that a lot of you might be feeling this feeling too, being afraid to reach out to people on Instagram, being afraid to even start the conversation, being afraid to even leave a comment on someone's post, right? Because it's like nerve-wracking to like be the first to initiate conversation. Like if you're anything like me, it is at least, right? And so I feel that, but like what I want to tell you right now is that I'm totally that awkward person. I totally have been there, but it's not as awkward as you think it is, right? So even if you've never had a conversation with someone, even if you're just like afraid to like feel like you're a weirdo, right? If you're afraid that people are going to think you're a weirdo, like who is this person just commenting on my post? Who is this person just like replying to my story in the DM and stuff? Here's what I want to say to you. It might feel weird at first. And it honestly might be a little weird for the other person at first too, but we just need to release that, my friend. Like you can't control how they feel. And honestly, I know from like years and years of practice now, if you can just like take a deep breath, bite the bullet and just hit that post button on the comments in their post or whatever it is, then if you're showing up in a genuine way and you're being a real person and you are implementing the best practices that I'm about to get into, they will be like more encouraged. They'll feel supported. They might even admire you for kind of being that bold person who leaves a comment on someone's post who they've never really interacted with before, right? And I think that it's just awesome if you can put yourself in that mind space of, I'm just showing up here in my genuine integrity and wanting to support this person who I really, really think is cool and who I want to like make feel encouraged, supported, seen, heard, loved, all of those things. Like I'm just that person showing up with support for this other person and it's not awkward. If you can put yourself in that mind space, then it doesn't have to be awkward, right? So I just wanted to cover that real quick because I feel you on that and I have been there, my friend. Okay, so now that you know like what I mean by genuine engagement and now that you know why it is so, so important, especially right now, and you know to make a list of your ideal customers and like spend some time every day doing that, let's get into best practices for engaging genuinely on social media. The first tip that I have for you when it comes to Genuinely engaging on social is to actually pay attention to the post that you are engaging with. Okay. So, like, what am I seeing in this photo? What am I reading? Read the caption, right? And be thoughtful about the comment or DM that you leave, right? This seems so simple, but this is one of the ways that you could totally be thought of as a robot, right? We have all received those bot comments on Instagram that are like people literally like pay robots to like go into their account and just like leave random comments on random posts all throughout Instagram, right? And it sometimes can feel real, but it can also feel just very distant, disconnected, and it can make people feel kind of like, oh, like, are you just using me? Or like, oh, this is just like a robot comment, You might have received some comments that have been like collab question mark, like send a DM to this other account or something like that's a robot, my friend, if you ever get those. Or maybe just like a string of emojis. Those are often bot comments, or just like a awesome, wow, this is great. Like anything that is very like non-personal could be a bot comment. And so this is what I want to tell you right now. When you are leaving comments, we do not want to make you seem like a robot, right? And this can be actually very easy to fall into. This is why I'm bringing it up, right? I have definitely caught myself leaving what could be considered bot comments like, awesome, beautiful, wow, like, and not really meaning to be a robot or look like a robot. It's just really what I was thinking. But I do think it's necessary to take that extra step to make your comments as personable and thoughtful as possible so that so your person who you're leaving a comment on like knows for sure that you are not a robot, right? It sounds so funny, but like, please do your best to go that extra, 15 seconds to say something that doesn't sound robotic, right? So just be thoughtful and comment on something in the photo. Like, oh my gosh, I love that blue color of that couch. Like, where did you get that, right? Or like, oh, I loved what you said about whatever in the caption of this post, right? Or one of my favorite ways to make a comment more personable and make sure that people know it's not a bot comment. This is the second tip when it comes to best practices, is to use someone's first name. Okay. Like robots on Instagram, as far as I've seen so far, don't use first names in comments or DMs that they send. So if you use someone's first name, that is a great way to make them specifically feel seen, loved, heard, and also indicate to them that you are not a robot and you're not leaving a robot comment, right? And it can be as simple as, I do this all the time. I'm scrolling along. I see one of my ideal customers who like maybe recently started following me and comments on one of my posts. I don't know their name yet. So I'll click through to their account and just take a look at their name at the top of their profile. It takes 3 seconds to go in, look for their name, come back, and then leave a comment with like a comma, their name at the end, right? I do that every freaking time I leave a comment, honestly, my friend. And I would encourage you to do the same. I have also, this might be kind of creepy to admit, but I am totally a person who will go the extra step to actually click on their website, go to their About Me page, and see if I can find their name if they don't have their name listed on their profile. Okay. I think it is worth the extra 5 to 20 seconds that it takes to really try to find someone's name and get to know them. And it also gives me like a first name to pair with their profile name, right? It gives me a first name to pair with their account. So usually I only have to do that one time. And I don't know if I have like, I don't know. I don't really have a good memory, but like it's kind of easy for me to say, oh, okay, this username, I remember this first name that's paired with that, right? And it's just a really great way to start cultivating that connection and feeling like it's a human to human relationship that you are building with them rather than like brand to human or robot to human, right? The more human to human connection we can cultivate on Instagram, the so much better our brand will do, our success, our bottom line will be boosted, all those things. It's so great, right? So be thoughtful and human with your comments that you're leaving. Use first names whenever possible is a great way to do that. And then the third tip that I have for you for best practices for engaging on social media is to make your comment about them. Okay. This is very, very important, especially when we are going to other people's accounts and leaving comments on their post. Okay. If people are commenting on your post and you're replying to the comments on your post, maybe you can make it about your brand, right? But I still want to encourage you, even with those, to try to make it about the person who's commenting as much as possible and not about you as much as possible. But when we are going to other people's accounts and commenting on their posts, or when we're hitting them up in the DMs, replying to their stories, anything like that, make whatever the heck you're saying about that person and don't even bring your brand up. Don't even mention your brand, okay? This is not engaging for promotion. That is kind of like a different story, right? And that I would probably have different tips for you, but this is the very first step to getting to that point, right? So this firstly is not engaging for promotion at all. I do not want you to even really talk about your brand unless it totally makes sense, right? But if you could just show up and comment on the color of someone's couch or, like congratulate them, ask them questions about their business, then it's going to be so much more genuine feeling in the soul of the person who you're commenting on, right? And often what I have found is that if you leave a comment like that and it's just genuine and heartfelt and they feel supported, they'll get curious enough to go to your account and click on your profile and check out your brand anyway, right? And they won't have an icky feeling in their soul like this person was just trying to promote to me. Another thing that I want to say is that when you leave these genuine comments on their posts, they will actually be more likely to comment on your post the next time they see your post too, right? Firstly, it gives them permission to comment on your post because you're kind of like getting the conversation started, right? And they're like, oh, this person is friendly. Okay, awesome. Like they'll feel more comfortable commenting on your post next time. And then also there is like the rule of reciprocity. I don't know. Anyway, there's this human nature that if you give someone a gift, they feel like they should just give you a gift back, right? If you help someone with a favor, they feel like they should help you with a favor back, right? And the same rule applies to comments on Instagram as well. I've found, and I don't think that it's like an icky thing, it's just human nature, right? But often if I leave a comment on someone else's post, they will feel like, oh, okay, next time I see their post, I'll leave a comment on it too, right? And so that's what I'm saying when it comes to this type of engagement. It just works all around, right? It boosts your performance on the algorithm because you're indicating to Instagram, oh, this person is commenting on this person's post, they're friends, right? And so you'll automatically show up in each other's feed more often the more you engage and interact with each other. But also the human nature part of it, it just works so well if you can get the conversation started. It helps to boost your relationship. It helps to get that kind of interaction back and forth started. And it is so wonderful. And especially right now, my friend, as we are heading into this holiday season, it is a great time to start cultivating that genuine engagement and just awareness of your brand. Once again, put yourself on other people's radar, your ideal clients' radar. I can't stress that enough. We're engaging with your ideal clients' accounts, right? Because we don't necessarily need to be showing up on grandma's feed more often. We love grandma. It is going into the holiday season though, and we will probably see her or like talk to her soon, right? So we do love grandma, but like for your brand strategy, you don't necessarily need your post showing up on grandma's feed. You need your post showing up on your ideal client's feed. So just wanted to say that. And that is really all I have for you when it comes to engaging genuinely on social media. Just like spend some time being intentional with it. Show up in a genuine way. Make your ideal customers feel seen, heard, loved, and it's going to just boost your performance as a brand overall, just like robotic algorithm wise and also human to human wise, right? So if you have any questions at all, I would absolutely love to connect with you on Instagram. I'm at Feel Good Social. Leave me a comment or hit me up in the DMs and I will be sure to reciprocate to you, my friend. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. I will catch you next time I catch you. Thanks so much for listening, my friend. For show notes and a whole lot of other awesome freebies, visit feelgoodsocial.com. Simply go to feelgoodsocial.com for all the goods.